Bam.
Oh
Wait
my
a thing.
gosh! The game. Resume investigation. So
Yep.
which case are we on this time? Kiss goodbye.
I knew I would get something. I forgot to actually go out and hit the excuse me,
Oh my gosh, our last case.
but it's not. But there's other ones I just forgot to get them out because I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. And then Sonic 4 happened and I blacked out for a week.
Yeah, that was a weird trip.
So
We're
hey,
back though.
what we could do too, if this doesn't take this long, we just edit the bite during the BRB.
Yeah.
Ooh,
As long
loading.
as we don't get in a tangent for like 30 minutes on Sonic, then I think we'll be fine.
I'll try. Who's this dude? I might have been this dude.
I forgot who voiced this guy.
Alfendi, are you? I can only do 3 voices. What's the Colonel Sanders sound like? My 2-for-1 chicken deals. Alfendi, are you busy? Oh, right, it was this dude.
Yeah, you are the Elf ND.
Commissioner, what are you doing here so early in the morning? Something's happened, a very worrying case. I want you to look into it.
He must be serious, sir. You don't normally dish out the work in person.
It's not normally here in person either.
Yeah.
It is serious, Lucy. For the serious crime force, or whatever they are. 4 members of the Mafia have been found dead in one of their hangouts. Oh, okay.
That is serious. 4?
I'm afraid so. And for Alfendi, it's the other Layton brother. The one that we keep getting told about but never shown. Never mind. I hate when people do that.
Okay. You're gonna
What do
beat
you
us
mean,
like
never
that?
mind?
Sure. Okay.
Whatever, it's his brother. His brother's dead. Or Professor Layton is killed. I was sent through the full report. As soon as you make any progress, I want to hear about it.
Right you are, sir.
Lucy. Can I have a word?
Of course, sir. What can I do for you?
Don't take your eyes off him during this case. Not even for a moment. You might eat the bodies.
I can just imagine Professor Alfendi just turns into a giant eldritch creature and just starts consuming the heads. And Lucy's just like, "Hey, Prof! What are you doing?"
That's what's been going on. I don't know what his deal is.
I don't either. It's the 6th case. There's only like 3 more after this, and I don't know.
Maybe he killed the Mafia.
Off the Prof, you mean? Why not? What's going on?
No explanation? Okay.
The incident happened at Mersey Shore Docks, where violent crime were an everyday affair.
Is this Shadow Moses Island? Oh.
It were in a warehouse used by the mob. I'd seen my fair share of murders by now, but these 4 killings were a harrowing scene in any way. Even the Prof didn't quite manage to hide emotions this time. You see, his eyes had settled on something very puzzling.
The TV slamming that dude's face?
Maybe.
It's a Looney Tunes death. Extraordinary after all this time.
You're back for more.
Oh my god. We were talking about Infinite before this.
Yeah. And how I am totally gonna do a metal cover at some point.
Honestly, it'd be an improvement.
Just with the growls.
Could be. I mean, it's kind of already getting into a tangent about Sonic.
Yeah. Okay, no, we are not gonna do that this time. Okay, resume game. What is it, Prof?
Oh, sorry, Lucy, never mind. I was just thinking about Infinite from Sonic Forces. This is a very elaborate copycat.
Really?
Anyways, let's go over what we know.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, there we go. The crime scene is a warehouse at some docks in Shadow Moses Island. For the looks of it. It's
Perfect.
owned by the Agonis. I'm assuming it's
Mutuals.
Agony or something. Because puns or whatever.
The Mafia?
That's Abraham Lincoln. Yes, they were using it as a hideout. The 4 victims were found there just before dawn yesterday morning. Among them was the head of the whole family, Severino Agony. I'm assuming they made Severino Agony, I don't know.
Severe agony.
Mafia boss and one of the victims, an organized crime syndicate boss who was hiding in the Docklands warehouse for fear of assassination. Whether these fears were justified is unknown. His right-hand man, Barbarossa Cecina. Sounds like a Pokemon. An old-timer, he's 39 years old. He looks older than the other dude.
39, maybe 69, but not 39.
He looks older than the dude who's 50. Old-timer? Bro's barely middle-aged. My god, this game and their ages is something.
Yeah.
The number 2 to the Agony clan boss, Severino. A lethal assailant responsible for the deaths of countless rival clan members. Strongman Pierce Boyle. Pierce Blood Boyle. Haha. Clan veteran and strongman. So Pierce and the Abraham Lincoln dude are not even 10 years apart in age.
Oh, so this is Franklin Pierce.
A man whose violent temper has earned him the nickname Pierce Blood Boyle, with countless convictions for assault. Many would like to see him dead.
Oh, convenient.
And a new recruit by the name of Angelo Fossey. New recruit and gang Pretty Boy.
Okay.
What a
I like how
title.
They admit gang Pretty Boy.
Agony had a soft spot for this young lad on account of his shrewd mind, a serial fraudster and larcenist.
So they were all gangsters that were killed then, eh?
Yes, but as for suspects...
I hate to think. It must have been a savage beast to take out 4 of the mob's top fellows.
Well, actually, we don't have any suspects. Cool.
What? There must be someone. What about the person who found them all, eh?
It was a group of sailors who were loading goods into the warehouse that discovered them. They thought they could smell burning, and when they went to investigate, they found the bodies. But none of them has any connection to the victims.
That's not enough to rule them out, though, is it, Prof? What were they doing just before it happened, eh?
They were all on a ship from Africa. They'd landed literally minutes before.
Oh. Well, that's pretty cast iron as alibis go, I suppose.
It's because Alfendi said so. Exactly. No, we can safely eliminate them from our inquiries.
Well, there must be some other people connected to the case, surely.
There's one person who could have been involved in some way, and then Bing shows up. But
Yes!
unfortunately, he's gone missing. We have no idea where he is.
Hey, that's a kick in the ribs. I don't see that there's much we can do now, then.
We'll just have to start investigating without any suspects or statements to help us.
Oh! I were looking forward to guessing who done it. You know, listening to my gut instinct and all that.
She's good at that. The point of our investigation this time isn't to identify the killer. The current theory is that even the culprit fled the scene after the event. However, the door to the hideout was locked from the inside.
Yeah? A murder inside a locked room?
Or a murder inside a room that was unlocked and then a locked room. That's right. Our task is to ascertain how the culprit managed to leave the room that was locked from the inside.
I see.
The roof. And there's something else about this case that's very sussy.
Oh, what's that?
Have you heard of the jigsaw puzzle killings, Lucy? Are we gonna do jigsaw puzzles?
I am into jigsaw puzzles.
I'm not.
They're pretty fun, actually. I can find myself, like, if I really concentrate hard enough, I can find myself lost in one for quite a while.
I like them more than sliding box puzzles, I guess. But
Ooh, true. Those aren't as much fun. But anyways, no, never.
it's an eternal name we have for a series of killings where a jigsaw puzzle piece was left at every scene. Serial killings that took place 4 years ago. The culprit claimed 26 lives in 1 year.
26? That's huge. How come I've never heard not about it?
I was gonna say, like, they've not told it. My god.
There's no way it was kept under wraps.
We've kept it
There's
under
no
wraps
way.
after 26 people died to avoid the press getting a hold. They would have known. You can't
Yeah.
hide 26 dead people from not getting out.
Once one journalist got a hold of that story, it was all over.
Because, I mean, you're not going to see, the families aren't going to say anything about it, and then people are going to start putting together this 26 murders happening, and, like, I'm not surprised you know nothing about it.
Exactly. A media blackout, eh?
Lucy, don't smile about this. This is incredibly bad practices.
Lucy, why are you smiling, Lucy? Stop it. What were the point of that, then?
I should think the fastest way for you to understand that is to look at the crime scene in this case. It's a medley of copycat murders, each based on one of the jigsaw puzzle killings from 4 years ago.
So there's a common thread to them all?
I just hope this has nothing to do with forebodium. Who? Is this a
Who?
person?
It's foreboding.
Is that his
Alright.
brother, Forebodium Layton?
Yes.
Seeing as we don't have any suspects, I can't have you guess who the culprit is this time.
I know. I like that bit, though. Oh well, not to do about it.
No. So let's see what the scene of the crime looks like, shall we?
Hi, let's crack on. This game and its expressions, man.
Let's get your crack on.
Crack. Alright, the locked room.
Seems likely that these 4 men were murdered by someone who then fled the scene.
But how on earth did that person manage to leave the door locked from inside?
We're going to need to gather more information before we can explain that conundrum. So let's stick to investigating the scene for now and see where it leads us.
Right you are.
And after all this time, you're
back for more. I won't stop until they know my name.
Dude, that's so jigsaw puzzle murder. Whatever. There's dead people here.
Well, this is where we hit the locked door, right? So we want to go by the door.
Oh, there's like more. I'm gonna actually like have to take my phone out for this. Okay. So the
Lots
locked
of
door.
pinching and moving around.
A metal rubbish bin. It doesn't appear to contain any rubbish that may be pertinent to the case.
Well, that's rubbish.
Cheap belts and bags don't appear to be related to the case in any way. A door leading to a storeroom. It's locked and doesn't appear to have been opened recently.
Okay. What about TV head over here?
Skibidi toilet reference? Whoa.
Pyrocynical reference?
Whoa. This game is so ahead of its time. 29-inch CRT television set. The unit has some considerable weight. It was dropped on Boyle's head after he'd been killed, smashing the screen. How dare you? A Melee fan could have paid good money for that TV. Having been throttled to death, the television set was dropped onto the victim's face. That's so...
Why?
That's very
That's
funny.
so
Right? So he was already dead, and then they smashed his face with the TV. Traces of
you
a
know what?
soporific were identified in his blood.
Soporific.
Soporific.
Puzzle piece!
A large-ish puzzle piece, suggesting maybe part of the children's puzzle. There are no special features of interest and no fingerprints.
Fascinating. Oh, they're just ordering takeout. Oh, just
So
go through the table.
that's well, this looks like it'll be important. An aluminum screw top used on bottles so they can be opened without a corkscrew. No traces of soporific found in the red wine. Okay, I'm just gonna do the other ones. It's a lot. We'll do the bodies first.
Boating music. Agonies.
On his dead body, charred from the fire. The cause of death was a broken neck, after which the victim was doused with petrol and set alight. Oh my god.
Okay. Wow.
This game got like way more graphic. Just
Yeah, we went from just a simple stabbing to now just being you having your neck broken after being set and afterwards being set on fire.
the door to Agony's office. It was open when the bodies were discovered, and the doorknob had wiped clean of fingerprints. The jerry can. Empty metal can for holding fuel. It's now completely black from the flames. The lighter, cigarette lighter. This is one of Severino Agony's favorites. Is used by the culprit to set light to the mafia boss's petrol dust body. Tail end of rope. From the blope. From the rope believed to have been used to hang the victim, largely burnt. Only the short piece from one end now remains.
Oh gosh, this is dark.
Okay. A secure window with wire reinforced glazing. The blinds were closed at the time of the incident. There's no evidence of tampering. Small portable safe. There are no indications that has been opened or cracked, and the contents remain undisturbed.
Oh, that's weird.
Firmly built wooden desk. There doesn't appear to be anything of relevance to the case. Okay. Well, sure. Puzzle piece.
Puzzle piece.
Same description.
Is copycat killing. About this body. Metal door?
Extremely strong metal reference.
Oh my gosh.
Strong metal doors locked from the inside. The fingerprints of all 4 victims were found on the thing. Okay. Assassina's. Don't tell me Assassina's supposed to be like assassin, just rearranged or something.
Ah. Barbarossa assassin.
Broza assassin. Having been stabbed in the back, the victim's suit is soaked with blood, but the cause of death is poisoning, not hemorrhage. Just soporific was found in his blood. It's deformed, having been crushed in Assassina's grasp.
Oh,
I think he did it. So
he killed everyone and then himself.
I mean, he's an assassin. I'm assuming that he just accidentally poisoned himself or something.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, that we had a dude fake his own death and then die for real in the span of a couple minutes as a plot twist.
Yeah.
A sharp jackknife with the blade of which has been laced with a deadly poison, capable of killing in a matter of minutes. Cool. That's epic.
Like, great.
There's a bead in a takeaway cart and another in a corner of the room. They appear to have genuine pearls and both have a small hole through the middle.
Oh my gosh.
This is a curious place to find beads, wouldn't you say?
There's a small hole in them, look. Probably from a necklace, I'd say.
Very good, Lucy.
I doubt there's many women who would have thought of that, Prof. I like how we just remarked on that specifically.
I suppose. In container logo that reads Dale Hurdle's Deli. Appears to have been contained some takeaway food.
Takeaway food, is it? Yeah?
That's right. It seems the gang had just ordered their lunch in this warehouse, I guess, before the incident occurred. How? I'm assuming it wasn't delivered here. But
well, someone must have delivered then, must they?
bro, it's a warehouse in 2013. I don't think they do the delivery like that until like recently, where you do DoorDash and stuff. Of course.
So why haven't we got a statement from whoever that was?
Because we can't find him. The delivery boy is the one I told you about before, the only other possible person involved in this case.
Oh, right. The missing witness.
That's the one. But everyone's been assigned to the task of tracking him down. As soon as they find him, they'll let us question him, I should think.
Assuming they do find him, missing folk have a nasty habit of turning up dead in my experience. Oh.
You weren't done here. A receipt.
Exactly. Why do we stop? We need to get the receipt.
See, there is roast beef sandwich, Caesar salad, fried chicken, red wine.
Oh my gosh,
That might be important. I really wish I had a roast beef sandwich right now. Dang.
I have like a Philly steak sandwich that I still need to eat.
I really want a grinder now. Darn this game. Bed. Okay. Plainly constructed metal frame bread. Metal. There's nothing particular of note about it. Very epic, very swaggy bread. Bed.
Bed.
So what are we looking for? Just like a way someone could have left out of this room. An industrial-sized refrigerator. Other than Angelo Fozzi's body, there was nothing inside. They locked him in the freezer? He jumped out of the freezer? He just had him in there?
Another body!
Yeah.
Yes. Why,
Yes.
Prof? Does not ever take you by surprise?
Because I put him there. To scare you, Lucy. It's a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's. Not when it's written in the case notes, no.
Art.
Dude, they just had her in the freezer waiting for, like, what? What is wrong with you? Don't you make these scenes?
Oh my gosh. It's a corpse. Well, you could have told me. That were a dirty trick, that were.
It's like, there's blood in the box, there's blood in the box. That's what comes of failing to read the notes yourself, Lisa. Bro, don't pull that.
Bro,
You put it
why are
in
you
the
blaming
fridge.
Come on, why are you blaming it on her? Oops. Lucy, you do not have to apologize for anything there.
Okay, puzzle piece. Is it the same thing as the other one? Yes, it is. Angelo Fozzi's dead body. He'd been stuffed in the refrigerator after being strangled to death. The support was found in his blood. Okay. So we have to check the wine. Bottle of red wine, of which 2/3 have been drunk. A powerful soporific is present in the remaining contents.
It's Google time. let's see what a spinoff is.
Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, it's like paper cups, cups from which Sienna, Boyle, and Fozzie were drinking their wine. Traces of the soporific were found in each one.
Okay, it's a drug or other agent that induces sleep, according to Google.
Thank you, detective.
A spinoff. Yeah, yes, you're.
A soporific. Interesting.
So the killer got them all drowsy before bumping them off. Lucy, I just explained this.
This could be an important point, Lucy. They were all on the bed together. We must make sure we follow up on it. The Sopranos.
I mean, yeah. Just call
Ashtray. The tenors. An unfussy aluminum ashtray that is full of cigarette butts and discarded scraps of paper. The scraps of paper are used to make a knife in the shape of a clock hand. Empty paper boxes, leftover bits of fried chicken, salad, and other food. Yum.
Yum yum.
Okay, that's it. Besides the wine cap, which doesn't really matter, it seems.
I wonder if we need to zoom in a little bit more on the bed. Did we zoom in all the way on that? Gonna have us go.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just a bed.
It's just bed. Ooh, there's still one little area there. Let's see. Interesting.
Touch-tone telephone. An old phone lacking any modern features like an answer phone. It's been wiped clean of prints, less number dial belongs to nearby call box.
Fashion. Bookshelf.
A set of shelves contains some of Agony's personal effects. Some pictures of his family are displayed.
Very nice, right? Okay.
Well, that seems to be everything.
Yes.
Like, there's this hallway outside, but it doesn't seem like it really matters.
Yeah, I don't know why they detailed the hallway if that does not matter.
Maybe it'll matter eventually.
Probably. Try going back to the deductions, I guess?
I almost knocked my phone off my desk.
Oh dear.
Oh wait, okay, the 4 bodies.
There are... no.
Let's examine them as we go. I'll fill you in on the equivalent case from 4 you. Well, you know, we could have done that before, but...
Yeah.
Is there another Looney Tunes style death?
Hey, my mom always tells me not to sit too close to the telly.
This is an exact reproduction of the case of Raymond Tube.
Wow.
Mr. YouTube.
What's that then, Prof?
It happened in a very rundown block of flats on an inner city estate. A man was found in a room that had been completely ransacked. He had been strangled, and after he was dead, a television set had been smashed over his head.
Yeah, who'd do something like that? And why?
I have no idea. The only logical
Okay.
explanation at the time was that it had been done in anger. But there's no evidence pointing to the culprit whatsoever at the scene of the crime. Other than a jigsaw puzzle piece on top of the television, that is.
Another one, eh?
In fact, thinking about it, that was the second of the jigsaw puzzle killings.
And they're still going on now by the looks of things.
MMM. Anyway, that's all you need to know right now about that case. Just give us everything. Don't be coy about it. I suggest we carry on with our investigations here.
Alright, corpse number 1. Corpse
Number
number
2. It's stabbed with a poison-soaked knife.
This fellow's been knifed in the back. Look.
Yes, and since the blade was laced with poison, I'm fairly sure this is mimicking the Barbane street stabbing.
I've not heard of the Barbane street stabbing before, Prof. What happened there then?
A woman's body was found on a quiet street one night. She'd been stabbed in the back with a poisoned knife.
Just like this fellow.
Yeah, so on the victim's back was a single piece of a jigsaw puzzle.
Jigsaw. That's why they're called the jigsaw puzzle killings, eh?
Didn't we go over that? Precisely. In fact, that case was the first one.
The start of so many.
Anyways, that's all you need to know right now about that case. Let's continue. So that was the first one. It's gonna be like
Once
this
again.
one was first, and that one was second, and this one was third and fourth. I don't know.
Alright, to the fridge.
I believe she's just like, it's your fault for not knowing about the fridge body, Lucy. It's like, bro, you did this.
Excuse me.
You set up the crime scene machine, whatever.
Exactly. This is Fosse's body, eh?
Here we have a copycat murder of the Stiffen Abattoir murder. By the look of it.
Hey, the Stiffen Abattoir murder? That's sounding grim already.
Yes, the abattoir doesn't exist anymore, but at that time it was one of the largest in the area. One morning, an employee there discovered the body of a woman in one of the refrigerators.
A frozen corpse, eh? Nasty.
It actually wasn't a freezer, so the body wasn't frozen, but that's irrelevant.
Brother! Excuse me.
Okay. Man. The victim had been strangled and deliberately moved into the refrigerator, and a single jigsaw puzzle piece had been placed on the top of her head.
It's like the killer were making it into some sort of game. Very disturbing.
That was a third. And yada yada, he's coy.
Anyways, that's all I need to know.
The next one's just gonna be the entirety of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
That could be a game to play.
I still haven't really played it. I played a bit of it, but didn't finish it. I need to.
Agony! Ugh, this poor fellow's all charred.
It's a copy of the St. Florian's torching.
What's St. Florian's?
A hospital, or rather it was. When the murder happened, it had already been decommissioned. They found a charred corpse in the deceased building. The post-mortem revealed the victim had been doused in petrol and set alight while he was still alive.
Ugh.
Near the charred corpse, they found a single jigsaw puzzle piece. Investigation showed that the culprit almost certainly watched the victim burn to death. Are you alright, Lucy?
I just can't fathom how anyone could do something like that. Something so morbid.
Effendi did it, clearly. That's why. So
Maybe
he
it was
knows.
the other Layton.
I mean, he left early in the last case, so I don't know, maybe Effendi's a delivery boy, and then he murdered everyone in the like 30 minutes he was gone.
Gosh, no way!
No, neither can I. Although there is perhaps this part of me that can't.
Eh?
Never mind. Can people stop doing that? That
Never
was the
mind.
fourth. Whatever. So that's all the victims' bodies examined.
I can't believe all these gruesome murders have been going on with the public not knowing not about it.
I'm sorry to say that these four are on the mild side.
What?
But there was no pattern to the killings at all, but they did become ever more brutal.
Horrible.
In fact, the sole link between all the cases was a jigsaw puzzle piece left at the crime scene. Can you imagine what would have happened if news of such random killings had got out?
I see. There were no common thread at all then? Just the 4 puzzle pieces, eh? Oh! I've got it!
Thank goodness, we can end it.
You could make any murder look like it were part of the serial killings just by leaving a puzzle piece there.
Why? The preferred way to disguise a totally unrelated crime.
That's why we're kept all hush-hush, eh?
And then...
Aye?
No, never mind. Bro.
Oh my gosh!
This is just the no never mind chapter.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Chapter 6, actually, never mind.
Yeah, chapter 6, never mind. It's not. You
Not
don't need to know
important.
about that right now. More importantly, one of the bodies here is particularly troubling. Which one? They're all very upsetting.
They all seem pretty troubling to me, Prof.
What I mean is, all of these are all copycats of previous puzzle piece killings. One victim here was murdered in a subtly different way to before. Do you know which one? What are you talking about? Fine.
Oh, do we have to actually
I'll
remember?
do your coy little... I do kind of remember.
Okay.
I think it's this one. Because the explanation was that the dude was in the parking garage or whatever and then set on fire when he was alive. This one, he died from the broken neck first and then was set on fire. So the order is different.
Exactly.
I'm smart.
It's agony, isn't it? There's a clear difference between his murder and the St. Florian's one.
Yeah, it was a hospital, not a parking garage.
Yeah. In the original case, the victim was set alight while he was still alive and he burned to death. But Agony had his neck broken first. He were already dead when his body were torched.
Precisely. Doesn't like Professor Oak say that in like Pokemon Snap? That's why I keep doing that, but I don't actually know that's a thing. So the question is, why did the killer sing out agony? Why was his murder different to the original? Because this dude's not the killer. Ooh.
Maybe the killer were worried about starting a fire? If the victim were alive, he'd be thrashing about, eh?
That's true, and all things being equal, it's not a bad theory, Lucy. But I'm not so sure. Did we not investigate that door there? That I just realized was in that room. I don't think we did.
It's just everything is...
Yeah, we didn't. It's open when the bodies are discovered and the doorknob had wipes clean.
Alright.
Then we... Okay.
What
I can
about
use this to fit the...
locked room?
I don't know. I don't have any information on how they could have left yet, because we don't know who they were, how they entered, what happened anyways. You know?
What about the soporific?
I think we can do that. The soporific's bothering me. Let's examine the paper cups again.
Okay.
Here.
Paper cups, paper cups. Let's examine the paper cups.
And after all this time...
We're back for more. I won't stop until you know my name.
Cups. Cups time.
Cups!
A soporific. Interesting.
So the killer got them all drowsy before bumping them off, eh?
Well, it appears one of the victims hadn't taken any, wouldn't it? Oh, okay.
It would have been the head
this-
guy.
Yeah, it's this guy, right?
Yes, it is Severio.
Actually, wait, no, I thought, yeah, this guy didn't take any.
Yeah, didn't.
They never found any sleeping medication in Agony. Oh, wait.
Never mind.
Yes, Lucy. So I with the crime family said
Yeah.
would be the only one of the victims. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, the plot thickens.
I think what we'd be looking at here is
Is what, Prof? Lucy, let him finish.
think about it, Lucy. Use your brain. If you had to pick one of the 4 victims as being the culprit, which one do you choose?
Eh? You think the one of these four killed all the others?
Just a hypothesis at this stage, Lucy, nothing more. I'm only 99.9% sure about it.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one of these 4 as the person who killed the other 3, who would it be?
Probably the knife guy.
Probably the guy who is assassin in his name.
Yeah, I would. Because Angela would not freeze himself.
Yeah. So he won't do
Would not
that.
Yeah, the only one who'd actually have free reign to do anything is the assassin.
Unless this guy hung himself and set himself on
No.
fire, which can't
Well,
really
okay,
be
no,
happen.
no, he was set on fire after his neck broke.
Yeah, so it can't really be him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy
This
can't
guy-
take himself to the
yeah.
fridge.
And
This
this, guy
guy-
cannot have a TV smashed on his head.
Yeah.
This guy could.
What do you mean
What?
wrong? It's a hypothesis. How can you be wrong? I certainly wouldn't discount the possibility, Lucy. I think there's one likely candidate. What do you mean? It's a hypothesis. There isn't a right answer yet.
Then Angelo, right? Because
I just, but he's in the fridge.
they're gonna say it's Angelo. Watch.
It's not like he walked himself into the fridge and poisoned himself. I mean, he could have, but like, why?
I don't know.
I think it
They're
could.
gonna
I
come
think
up-
they want you to choose this guy because he's the one guy who didn't drink anything.
I mean.
But I
eh,
don't get how the lighting on fire happened. I just think this is what they think it is.
All right, let's go with it, I guess.
I can't believe it.
Sure. Eh?
How?
Well, if I suppose I had to pick one, I'd go for the assassin.
My thoughts exactly. I already know this. And why?
I don't
It's
know
literally
why.
the support, but like, literally, how
Yeah.
do you set yourself on fire and after dying? Like, you could say
Exactly.
it like took a while for the flame to get there, and it was his own lighter, but like,
I don't know. That's weird. Anyways. Agony were the only one not to have taken the sleeping pills. So it must have been him that bumped off the other 3. Agony's our man.
I would love to agree, but there's a big problem. Namely, how did he kill himself and then kill himself again? How did he do double suicide?
Oh?
Yes, Agony's cause of death
Yeah.
is a bottleneck that killed him. A broken neck. And it was only after he died that he was down in petrol. Yeah, so like, how did he do that? Why do you think that? Because that sounds dumb.
So it can't have been him then. He were murdered. He must have been.
Unless, of course, he arranged for his body someone to set alight automatically after his neck broke. Through some bizarre Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah, why would you do that? Murder or suicide?
I don't know.
Oh, now we're back to the creepy music again.
Let me-
We've been on the creepy music the entire time, basically.
It's quite possible that Agony drugged the other three and slew them before killing himself.
But Agony doused in petrol inside a light after he'd broken his neck and died.
He may have engineered some way to make that happen. We should examine the scene for clues.
Do you think it's a serious possibility, Prof? Sounds a bit far-fetched to me.
His favorite Pokemon.
Who's that
Perfect
Pokemon?
crime. Kill yourself and kill yourself again.
It's Pikachu!
Okay, how? Is it just like he used his own lighter? Because that's not really telling of anything.
Tail end of rope? I don't know. That's what I'd go for.
I guess we could.
How about this short piece of rope, bruv? Looks a little bit sus to me. Have you ever heard of the game Among Us, bruv?
I don't have a VR set, Lucy.
You need to vent, prof. It's the only way to win as the imposter.
I only play modded. Plays the detective class. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a mod?
Maybe?
I know they like added it to the game officially, but I've not actually
I know
played
it-
any of the new modes in Among Us at all.
I know it will be hard to be sus, prof, but I think we can do it. And win the game.
Funny so Tumblr sexy man to be the imposter. I'm the imposter, Lucy. I love killing people. Like how I killed those 4 guys in the warehouse that one time.
Prof, what are you saying?
Yes. The rope. Certainly he could have used the rope to break his own neck, couldn't he?
How's that then?
Well, imagine the rope used in combination with one other thing. What could that... Oh my god. I know, it's the lighter. As when he said that, I'm like, oh my god, he hung himself while also having the rope on fire at the same time to light himself. That is what they're getting at here.
Dear.
He doused himself in petrol. He hangs himself. The rope is on fire as he hangs himself. It gets to his neck when he's done dying. And then he's set on fire.
What?
It's so... Okay. No, not that. Think it through. He could have used the rope and what else to... Oh, what else to break his... I don't know.
God. Telephone. Desk. Well, okay, desk, because he has to jump off the desk.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But he definitely set the rope on
I got
fire,
it.
and that's what they're getting.
Desk!
That's so convoluted.
This entire game is convoluted. Why does it exist? That's what I want to know. Who thought this was a good idea?
Level 5, dude. Once.
Once upon a great time ago.
Oh, so-
Imagine if they just remastered this game for PC. That'd be cool.
I mean, yeah, HD assets would be nice, but
Create a sequel. We
sequel.
would be there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be there, but like, out of a curious obligation, and
Well, we are kind of the ones that are carrying the popularity of this game on its back, so...
yeah, us
Obviously,
famous streamers.
the amount of memes spawned from this game just by our, like, how many streams we've done of this? 3? Too
More
many
than
to
one.
count. At least 2.
At least 2.
And finally, everyone can learn about the amazing character known as Bing.
Bing really was just the highlight of this entire playthrough.
Yes. He's the only one whose name I can remember.
Not Sandy Aldrich.
The old wish. Or Lucy Baker. Al Fendi. Layton.
This is a Layton
You
thing.
hear, Al? Whoever that guy was.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I think the closest thing to this would be just like Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, which is basically what this game is trying to be.
Except with all the, except in an actual courtroom.
Yeah.
Except not in an actual courtroom, actually. Never mind. Anyways. He fixed the rope to the ceiling while he were standing on the desk, and then he jumped off. It looks like he were a portly fellow. His neck would never have taken it. It would have snapped like a twig.
No need for such a... Double standards, man. No need to be so graphic. You hid the body in the fridge. We're like, haha, jump scare. But yes, I agree with your deduction. Aren't you
overlooking some prof? If he'd done that, he'd still be dangling from the ceiling.
It's because he's a lighter. Indeed, so he must use some implement to break the rope after he jumps. Can you think what that might be? It's a lighter, it's a lighter, it's a lighter. You put it in the back here, it's the lighter. There's no way it's not the lighter.
Oh, I get it. He used the lighter to set the rope, to set fire to the rope.
Yeah, and his whole body as well.
Oh my gosh.
Holy... Oh my god, Jesus. That is...
Censor this for the YouTube VOD. I think. Well,
nah,
actually,
it's whatever.
I don't think this is very... Why
There's
does this
nothing
game just
super
suddenly get
graphic,
so
but oh my
dark?
god, seeing this in the Professor Layton styles, something. Agony doused himself in petrol, set himself on fire, and jumped off the desk to break his neck. While on fire? Okay, my explanation was tamer than this somehow. My theorized explanation was somehow tamer.
Yeah.
I thought he was just doused and the flame got to him eventually.
No, he just set himself on fire, was burning alive, and then jumped off.
That's more convoluted. Or just insane. Eventually the rope would have burnt through and destroying the evidence of his elaborate suicide.
But it didn't. Why
Also,
is
it's
the
a
rope still
dumb
here?
plan.
Leaving his charred body on the floor and not else, eh?
Besides the puzzle piece that could have also caught on fire when he was on fire and standing there.
And making it look just like he'd been murdered by someone rather than doing himself in. So that explains it then. Now we know how the room weren't locked from the inside.
Don't get too excited, Lucy. If our theory were correct, you'd expect to find some signs of scorching on the ceiling. Before we go any further, would you mind contacting forensics and asking to them see what they find?
Fine, no probs.
Stroke. Lucy, I'm having a stroke.
Hey, Professor!
My sexy man is convulsing.
We've got...
Whoops. And...
They couldn't find any signs of scorching on the ceiling.
I see. Pity.
If Agony didn't do himself in, then he must have been done in by someone else. In which case, it makes no sense whatsoever he hadn't had the crushed up sleeping pills.
But... perhaps we're overlooking the most obvious explanation. That is, the culprit attempted to administer the soporific to Agony but failed. You see, my explanation would have taken into account the ceiling not having scorch marks, but simply the fire coming in later. And on the floor instead of on the roof.
Exactly.
Or actually, would it have? I guess the rope would still have to touch the ceiling, which would have been on fire, so...
right. It is that simple.
It's a shrimple problem. The culprit was unlocked with no choice but to resort to extreme violence to conclude the ill deed. For which he
Extreme
or she
violence.
used what, Lucy? Do you know what was the murder weapon? What? What was used to kill him? Wasn't it? I don't know. Probably the
Later.
jerry can, because they said that.
Obviously, it's the save.
Whatever.
Dude.
What do you mean? Someone killed him twice after his suicide?
Did you know Professor M. Murder accidentally invented murder when he tried to kill himself twice at the same time?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, where's the rope? Of course. I don't either.
Precisely. The perpetrator strangled him. I thought we said it was okay. So he sets himself on fire. He tries to hang himself, and then he gets just strangled to death with the rope around his neck, despite us talking about he already killed himself.
Oh my gosh, what is this game? And with some considerable force, because it caused Agony's neck to be broken.
No, are they saying he didn't do suicide and he was just strangled while trying to do it? So that's
Okay,
why there's
I'm
no
just gonna
flames
be
on the
honest.
ceiling.
Look at Alfendi's arms. There is no way this man could break someone's neck. Look
Yeah,
at those twigs. Look at those twigs.
yeah, no muscle.
He is a literal stickman.
Then, as we've already deduced, he or she set the victim's dead body on fire. So what was the point of the whole suicide tangent? No doubt the intention was to eliminate the evidence by burning the rope as well.
Nice and neat. Aye, that ties things up nicely. Sorry, that weren't intentional.
It would indeed explain the evidence before us. We're still in the realms of conjecture, unfortunately. We lack a suspect and a credible explanation for how the culprit escaped the locked crime scene.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Don't get dejected, Lucy. We have other avenues to explore and other things to waste our time on and then backtrack.
We've been over everything already. I don't see how it's possible.
There's no such thing as a perfect crime, Lucy, unless I do it. The culprit will have left a trail, either that or one of the victims will have left a dying message. Just happened once, and that time was a fake, so I don't know. It's there, a piece of evidence that creates a discrepancy with the rest of the facts. We just have to find it.
It's the bed.
Could it be?
The bed is the inconsistency. A trail left by the killer, or a dying message left by one of the victims? Are you sure? Wish I could find a clue or two to get me started down the right track.
Consider this. The culprit was bound by the circumstances of the original 4 jigsaw puzzle killings.
So
a discrepancy between these killings and the originals could tell us something, could it not?
Oh, there's an idea. I'll see what I can find. Well, the discrepancy is the strange.
My mind is hard-boiled after the whole suicide tangent thing, and then being like, nah.
Nuh-uh!
Wait, what do you mean, you had a CG and everything.
Yeah, we had, like... It's the bed. It's obviously the bed. This evidence contradicts it.
I don't think this piece of evidence contradicts anything. Remember that the culprit was bound by the circumstances of the original 4 jigsaw. That's the first typo I've noticed.
That he culprit.
So discrepancy between these killings and the originals is... Why am I reading this?
Let me see what I can find. It's the bed, Prof! It's the bed!
Okay, there's contradictory evidence.
No, that's not the bed.
I mean, I don't know, whatever, this thing, since there's no wine in here. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so the inconsistency we found originally that led to the whole tangent was that the dude killed himself
we go
before he
there.
got set on fire.
Sure.
But I think we already run the course of this dude.
I don't know. Maybe there's something new. This evidence contradicts it. Worth a shot, I guess. Maybe the cherry can.
I don't think it's anything to do with this dude. Said it was placed on the person's head and now it's on the floor, even though it's obviously just because he fell out, but...
Yeah.
Freezer compartment and ice maker. I'll do it for fun.
Sure. I don't think this contradicts anything.
And after all this time...
You're back for more. I won't stop until they know my name.
I
So
love
take
looking.
one step. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna get the lyrics. We're gonna do the official metal cover now.
Having been throttled to death, a television set was dropped onto the victim's face. Okay, oh wait, he had been wet throttled?
No?
Okay, so, I don't know, it's all pretty cut and dry. Aside the one glaring thing we found that led to literally nowhere and it completely confused my brain and now I have no idea what we're trying to find because I don't know what page we're on when it comes to understanding what's going on here. Because it seems like they just changed the topic in the middle of that revelation and it's like, so does it matter or does it not anymore?
Wait, hints?
It is hints. This is irregular. Fairly sure the victim was set alight while he was still alive in the original case.
Oh, it's giving...
There's been hints here the whole time.
Yeah?
Okay.
Guess?
Tail end of rope, a lighter, a cherry can. Cough, cough. As black as the ace of spades this is now. Look. Yes, but that doesn't really tell us anything we didn't already know. Let's look elsewhere. Okay.
Interesting.
So something that contradicts.
To think there were a dead body in there.
But nothing else that was completely empty apart from that.
You were proper chilled out in there, eh?
Bruh. It seems he was considered... It appears he was thrust inside a considerable force. What did they say about the bed? There are no signs of anything suspicious here. I don't think this bed plays a part in this case.
Boring. Well...
He's been killed in the exact same way as Mr. Tube was in the... Hey, they changed his name.
That was the UBE.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Come on,
I
translator.
Wonder if they was... didn't have the consistency there and translated it twice.
Stab in the back, eh? Literally?
Same mode of death as in the original case. He appears to be holding something though.
Oh?
I mean, you could.
Wait a
Sure
second.
that.
Okay, wait, no. There's the puzzle piece in the hand.
Uh-huh.
And it's crushed.
That's why I thought he was the one who did it.
That's the discrepancy.
Hmm.
I haven't seen any other puzzle pieces bent like this one.
No, and I don't recall any
Eh?
previous puzzle mystery in which the victim is gripping the telltale piece.
Hey, oh,
There
there's
we
the
go.
discrepancy. There we go. Yeah.
Thank you, hint menu.
There's something a bit funny about this puzzle piece, wouldn't you say? I mean, if Sasina were drugged and out of it at the time, how would he have crushed it in his hand?
Interesting idea, Lucy. It is a little odd, I grant you. You certainly wouldn't expect someone to squeeze their fists in their sleep.
So does that mean the killer put the piece in Sasina's hand and squished it to him? Or herself? I don't know.
Well, in the original Jigsaw puzzle case, I'm fairly sure the victim the puzzle piece was found on the victim's back. It's a bit of a mystery why it's been crushed in this instance.
Why has it been?
Perhaps it's the dying message we've been looking for. Of this dude who was drugged and couldn't really think straight, he left a dying message by crushing a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Sasina's dying message.
Yee, how exciting.
Remember last time we had a lead about dying message and it was ridiculous, just like this, and couldn't have possibly been done by that person?
Ah!
It's only the phone, Lucy.
Why do people always butt in at the most crucial moments, eh?
Shall I get it?
No, I'm going.
Wait, she's gonna take his eyes off him, and then he's gonna freak out. Never mind. I guess I just
Prof!
don't care about that little detail then. What is it, Lucy? What's happened?
They found him! They found the missing witness! Well, that's good.
It's Bing.
He should be here any minute now.
Let's get to the questionnaire.
Our only witness, eh? The lad's name is Utter Mystery.
Wow.
Ah.
Delivery boy for Dale
Also-
Earl's Deli.
Why is he working at age 14?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess this is taking place in the UK, so I don't know. I don't know what the child labor laws are like over there, but
Though fairly new to the job, this young lad's a hard worker and trusted by his employer. He has no apparent connection to the agonies. Yes, he's a delivery boy. He was at the scene with an order, moments before the 4 victims were killed.
hi, and then he disappeared.
I don't think he did it.
More than a bit sus, if you ask me.
You think it's sus? From the look of it, I'd say it's extremely unlikely that he's the culprit.
Hey, Prof, but you can't go judging folk on their appearance. You should know better than that.
You see, he's 14. That's not what I meant. I've been over all the paperwork on this point. I can't find anything. No reason why he would have been killed. Why he would have killed these mobsters and a copycat the Jigsaw puzzle murders.
It's one step forward and 2 steps back with this case, isn't it?
I think we can safely agree. Utter Mystery is not the killer. That's the face when you're about to close the chapter. Are you sure you want to say that? I am 100% certain of the validity of that deduction.
Bully for you!
He may, however, have some useful information for us, so let's see what we can find out. Yeah, I mean, this random kid killed 4 highly ranked
Why?
mobsters somehow. Mr. Mystery, thank you for coming in. I'm Inspector Layton.
He has gotten me! I did it! Throw me into cells! Quick!
He did it!
Huh?
You... I had such a
Huh?
dumb idea. I was like, what if he did it? It's just that the food was bad and it poisoned and killed all of them. That's what happened here. I mean, it would literally make no sense with the rest of it, but imagine if that was a twist. He
be
killed
funny.
himself because the roast beef wasn't very good.
It was the chef.
Don't be ridiculous. Arrest me.
Have you calmed down a bit now, Mr. Mystery? Yeah, I'm boss now, Timus. You can call me Otter if you want.
So, Mr. Mystery, do you stand by what you said before?
Hi, you didn't really kill those 4 fellows, did you? Yeah, I did. I killed Delorm Dem! I knew it was bang on. Sausn that.
What he's
I have
saying.
no idea. I have no idea the accent of this guy.
I killed Delora. I'm assuming that's the lot of them, but with some accent. Delora.
I killed Delora Dem! I knew it was bang on. Sausn that. Something like that. I don't know.
You don't have to do
We'll
the
figure it out.
accent, but I don't know what he's trying to say anyways.
I have no idea what the accent of this guy is. Sounds like an outright confession, Prof. If I'm understanding correctly. Job done.
Lucy, you're gonna arrest this child.
I don't think you can be arrested for 14 at murders.
I mean, you can try it as an adult if it's
Well,
severe
yeah.
enough, I think, but like,
This is pretty severe, to be fair.
also, I don't think this would hold up because he's clearly in distress. Perhaps you could talk us through the course of what happened exactly, Mr. Mystery.
Alright, if you just want me to. The Gaffer got an order on the phone.
What do you mean?
Oh, I wonder if this is German.
Africoran, or I.
The Gaffer got an order on the phone. We'll figure out something. When he asked where I was going, it was the Agonist's Gaff! Have they got a name around? Have they got a name for themselves around these parts then, the Agonies? You haven't heard of them? Getting the penalty area of that loss, and he's never coming back. Everyone around here knows that. If that were true, there'd be a load of missing people around this neck of the woods, wouldn't there? I told the gaffer I wasn't gonna do it, but he said if you want to keep your job, you gotta. So what did you do? I took the delivery and I killed them all! Now what you're saying makes any sense, lad.
Speak good English? What?
Speak with English.
Wow, Lucy. So it was you who put the sporific, that is, the sleeping pills, into the wine before you delivered it?
Yeah, that's right. It was kill or be killed, you know, like, you just gotta protect yourself around here.
It was Undertale.
That's why I crushed them sleeping pills and put them in the wine before I took it there. I gave it half an hour and then went back. They were all cleared by then, snoring like babies. I killed all 4 of them in their sleep.
I see. Well, Utter, thanks to your statement, I can now categorically say that you are not the culprit.
Eh?
I mean, yeah, I mean, he could have put the sleeping pills in there, maybe, but... The thing is, they were all drowsy, but they were all still killed in different ways. So if in the one dude who most likely killed them didn't take any. So it's most likely that the guy who killed himself had no idea about the sleeping pills. Nevertheless, there are a number of points I'd like to clear up with regard to what you've told us.
Why? You can say that again.
However, there's one very stark discrepancy that I'd like to address first. You know what discrepancy I'm referring to, Lucy? Probably something when he came back later.
I would say
Trevor told me to no, but
came back before statement.
I'm assuming that. Can you pick out the particular piece of evidence in the scene that doesn't fit with that statement? Oh. 2x2. Probably the knife.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, they were all sleeping like babies. Probably also being stuffed in the freezer, I would assume. It's a really striking inference for this inconsistent with one of the whatever. My statement seems to contradict the facts. I mean, this.
Yeah,
Probably.
mystery.
Oh, we're just doing that again. Okay. The knife, I'm gonna assume. Because it's right by the door. Something rather. It's a knife.
What about the beads? That's really weird.
I don't think that's important at the moment. I crushed up the sleeping pills. Oh, they were
wait
all
a second.
sleeping and only one of them didn't take it. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, it might be the body or it's either gonna be the paper cups, but I don't know which one.
Try the body, I guess.
Okay, so maybe it's the paper
Wait a second.
cups?
Okay, here's my idea. It's the third statement and the bottle cap, which doesn't have any soporific on it.
You're right.
If that's not it, then I'm square out of ideas. Aha! There we go.
You got it. You're a detective.
Let's go! Intelligence! Woo! You said you put the sleeping pills in the wine before you delivered it, Utter. We found the lid of the wine bottle at the scene. And the forensics didn't find any trace of the drug from the wine onto outside a lid. Soz, but that's gone right over me head. What are you trying to say, eh?
His accent changes every time.
Exactly, I'm still nailing it down. Let me boil it down for you.
Let me put this in language you can understand.
The wine got on the outside of the screw top as you were carrying the bottle with the other food to the warehouse. After you deliver it, the mobsters opened the bottle and the lid fell onto the floor. Now, if the wine onto the lid didn't have any of the drug in it, then we know the crushed up sleeping pills must have been added after the bottle were opened. That's true. Wow, you've got a great mind. Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Mr. Mystery, you do realize what this means. You're just lying. There's no question that the soporific was added to the wine at the scene of the crime itself. Now, do you remember what I said to you before when I asked if you committed this crime? So it was you who put the soporific, that is, the sleeping pills, into the wine before you delivered it?
Oops.
Quite. You made a statement that is clearly at odds with the evidence. In conclusion, you're not the culprit.
That just breaks the heart. But no, so you's not gonna put me in prison then? Of course not.
No, we're not in the habit of incarcerating innocent people, Mr. Mystery.
Ah, yes, you can never rely on the busies. I've had it for now. I'm done for. If I'm not inside, it'll get me for sure. I'm dead. Sasina's gonna kill me.
Sasina. John Sasina.
Yeah. Don't tell me you've never heard of Barbarossa Sasina. We know who Sasina is. Then you know he's a deadly killer. Takes on old gangs and beat the living daylights out of them. That man's single-handedly taking out the gangs of more than 1,000.
That seems
Ow!
like a stretch.
Possibly a slight exaggeration, wouldn't you say? If only I'd never... If only I'd never seen it! Never seen Sasina doing that terrible thing that day! Now he thinks he's gonna kill us, so he keeps us quiet. Well,
Yeah. Several dots. So, if I'm understanding correctly, you were hoping to get arrested in order to escape Sasina?
yeah, that... I don't care how bad it is inside. I'm just gonna get away from him. Somehow! Alright. Calm down, Otter. You really don't need to worry. Sasina's dead. Huh?
Yes, Barbosa Sasina was among the victims you were claiming to have killed. Yeah, you're right. It just immediately breaks him.
As if. It's true. I can show you his death certificate if you want. But it can't be. Not Barbarossa Sasina. That man's my hero.
What is this guy? Who is this kid?
What are you talking about, kid? Tell me this isn't true. Tell me this is all a bad dream. Ugh.
What?
I give up, Prof. This lad's off his rocker.
It's quite normal for young boys to idolize these thugs, Lucy. Don't you do that? But more importantly, he said something rather interesting.
You mean that terrible thing he saw Sasina doing? Is there something you want to ask me?
Oh,
You've settled down a bit, have you? I'm still in shock that Sasina's dead, but... If you say I have to, miss, I'll tell you what I know. You have to! Aye. Now I'm gonna tell you. It must have been about 3 hours after I made the delivery. I headed back there to pick up the rubbish. It's all part of the service where I work.
What kind of service is that? Yeah, I know. I was just thinking, like, so he delivers the food and then he comes back to get the garbage? That's a weird delivery service. Yeah, I mean, garbage is kind of their problem now. What would you do? Like, it's disposable. It was paper cups and, like, cardboard. Do you mean he went back to the warehouse where the gangsters were?
As well. Delivery plus free maid service. They have a 2-for-1 special or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I saw it.
The murder.
I saw Sasina copping off with that ditty bird.
Oh, the bed.
Ugh.
the bed came back, and also there's a woman now, which means it's actually all because of relationship issues, and that explains the beads being at the scene.
Oh.
I was wondering when they were getting into someone having relationship issues.
So that Diddy bird killed everybody. Dot, 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 dot. In my mind.
He was copping off. You mean he was kissing someone?
That's right. A short girl she was, like, and they were really going for it.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I've gotta get myself a girl like that.
What's your accent? Anyways,
I don't know. I don't know.
doesn't know why it's written like this.
I don't know either. You were kissing someone? In the warehouse there? Yeah, that's not all I saw. I was standing there gawping at the two of them kissing, but then all of a sudden Sassinas opened his eyes really wide, like staring straight at me.
Probably the poison. Oh, the
I could
stabbing.
tell he was gonna kill me. So I dropped everything and did one as fast as I could.
Okay, so you got stabbed. Then. So it was the lady. She's the culprit. It's just, of course, there's some
Yeah.
relationship thing, and then something happened. That is the pattern between every single case here. So you fled because
Oh,
Asina saw you watching him?
Are you sure about this, Sutter? Were you really kissing someone? It must have been just before he died. I'm telling the truth, I swear. He's gotta believe me.
I see. He did. They never used that exclamation mark effect until like this case, but now they're using it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I believe in you.
Give over, Prof. You don't believe that, surely?
I mean, why not? Do you remember the puzzle piece squashed in Cecina's hand, Lucy?
We were discussing it before Utter showed up. Didn't you say we're probably Cecina's dying message or something?
That's right, Lucy. So what could we do now to deduce from that evidence, do you think?
Start questioning.
Probably killed first, I don't know.
He
Oh, that he wasn't asleep, I guess.
Exactly. If Cecina were squeezing that puzzle piece, it shows that he probably weren't asleep when he died.
Right, and Mr. Mystery statement backs that up nicely. And there's something else, of course. Just evidence that a woman was at the scene of the crime, too. Do you remember what that was? It was the necklace.
Just the beads, maybe.
Short woman. Oh, woman was
Short
spotted
woman.
in the corridor leading to the crime scene.
I swear, if this woman has some sort of ridiculous age gap,
Don't even.
it's gonna happen. It's the beads. They must have been right by the door.
It said it's in the hallway outside the door. Which is probably why that's even modeled in here.
Those beads we found, of course.
Precisely.
That's it. The bird was snogging and a bit.
Snogging.
Well, Snoggin had a bead. I remember that now.
Snoggin, the new Minecraft mod. And one of those beads ended up in the box you delivered the takeaway in, which pins down the time this woman was at the scene to the time of the murders.
Aw, yeah. So, he's telling the truth then?
And after all this, quite possibly, yes.
You're back for more.
And then she murdered him.
I already told you that I wasn't lying, like. What?
Other than the times you were. It's too confusing. If we accept that Cecina had a female visitor at the warehouse that day, we can conclude he isn't a gamer. Everything starts to fall into place. This man could get it. Now I know exactly what happened here.
You do?
And is Offendi gonna spell it out so we don't have to spend time with 5 different plot twists that are about to occur?
Yeah.
Yes, we can finally say for sure how those 4 gangsters lost their lives.
Eh?
I don't think he did it, but let's take all the information we've gathered so far bit by bit and consider what it tells us. Just before the murders took place, Mr. Mystery delivered an unopened bottle of wine to the warehouse. After that, somebody put a soporific in the wine.
Aye, but who?
There are only 2 real possibilities, aren't there? Do you know who they are?
Oh, we have to shoot short woman and Barbarossa.
No, I don't think so. Remember what Mr. Mystery told
Why
us,
are we
really?
aiming them at the kid? Short
I mean,
woman
I
and
guess.
and the assassin guy.
Sure, I just thought it was this dude because... Oh, this dude?
Maybe? I don't know.
But he got poisoned himself.
We already know that Utter didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. I just... Whatever. I thought they were gonna do... Plot twist, he did.
Short woman and the other guy.
Really? This guy?
I mean, yes.
It's just he died from... sure.
I guess they're going for that. It must have been either Cecina or the lass you were kissing in the corridor there.
Because he did take the wine, but he didn't die from... getting stabbed. He died from poisoning.
Yeah.
Yes, one of these 2 must have been responsible for drugging the wine. I don't know why Cecina them.
Yeah. Them 2 are bad news. Your man would do or not if she caught me stalking them. What are you
What?
saying?
What are you saying? This is like talking to 21st century Gen Alpha. He
Yes.
got the Phantom Tax.
Skibbity
Riz.
Riz. In Ohio. Down in Ohio. Swag like Ohio. Ohio.
This murderer must
Hi,
have been
Snap.
from Ohio. Jeez.
So we're Cecina and that lass who skibbity the other 3.
Skibbity skewered. Or more accurately, it was
Bob,
Cecina
yes.
who killed them after what she called the woman to come. So they were making out next to like 3 dead bodies and 1 dude on fire. In fact, there's evidence at the scene to
Yeah.
confirm that theory. Do you know what I'm referring to?
What? A telephone, yeah.
Obviously. Why are we
Obviously
throwing it at him?
Phone in her pocket. Hey, it's the telephone in Agony's office, isn't it?
I believe so. The last call made from that phone was to a nearby call box. In all likelihood, once Cecina had finished the job and killed his 3 comrades, that's when he called her.
Oh. Meeting a bird in the middle of the day, eh? That's a fair crack. Barbarossa Cecina's demand.
He got the skibbity riz.
Prof, perhaps we ought to send Utter home before we go any further, don't you think?
Yes, good idea. We'll be talking about a lot of things you probably don't understand, so...
Eh, don't mind me, alright? Maybe there's something maybe there's gonna be something I can help you with. After all, I owe you one, don't I, miss? I don't recall doing naught. You don't owe me, lad.
There's no point, Lucy. Let's just get on with our work. So, Cecina waited for his lady friend in the corridor where the couple exchanged a kiss.
It was no ordinary kiss,
I
though.
don't-
They were all over each other.
Wow.
Quite. And you, Mr. Mystery, were peeping at them as they embraced, of course.
You know, the thing is called the deadly kiss, or kiss of death or whatever. Maybe she, like, poisoned lipstick or whatever. Because he's poisoned, but there was no poison at the scene of the crime for anyone else.
Odd.
I don't know.
Wait, it would have been the knife. The knife was the poison thing.
Oh, you're right. It's just that, whatever. I can't keep track of all the evidence at the same time.
Yeah. There's no need to call it peeking. Well, let's just say that it was recon walk.
Recon work?
Recon work.
Tom
Recon
Clancy
work.
Recon.
He came in like a wrecking ball.
And in the midst of all this, you came back for more. Until everyone knows your name.
I won't stop until they know my name.
Cecina suddenly opened his eyes and glared at you.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was terrifying, you know, like... I hope no one ever looks like at me like that again. You must have been very scared, Utter.
We don't know what then happened, except that the woman vanished and only Cecina's corpse remained.
Hey, up! I'm sensing a crime of passion again here, Prof.
Every single one of them. There are 3 little mysteries we need to solve. Can you solve the sliding box puzzle, Lucy? Who kills
The sliding
Cecina?
box puzzle, Prof.
When did
Why?
you take the super? You're gonna waste time. When did he take the soporific? And how did the room end up being locked from the inside?
Hey, you're right, Prof. They did find traces of the drug in Cecina's blood, didn't they? But if he was one responsible for killing the other 3, why would he have drugged it himself?
Precisely. We have a second
A
killer
woman.
on our hands who somehow got the soporific into Cecina. There's gonna be like 3 different murders here happening at the same time against 3 different people. Like all 4 of them were planning to kill the other at some point or something. Anyway, let's tackle the questions one at a time. First of all, who killed Cecina?
Would've been the woman.
with the knife.
Duh. It must have been the little ass that killed him.
That's right. The position of the wound means we can rule out suicide. That was the only other viable option.
That's rubbish. They were snogging like lovebirds. There's no way it was her.
Can't be sure exactly what was going on between Cecina and this woman at the time. However, if my deductions are correct, I believe you witnessed the victim at the very moment he was killed.
Yeah, because the eyes were just in surprise.
Yeah, I mean, this one's actually pretty easy.
Eh? I never saw that.
When was he stabbed?
It was when the eyes were popping out.
Yeah.
That's when when he opened his eyes. That's when he were stabbed.
Exactly. He didn't open them because he's realized you're watching him, Mr. Mystery. His eyes opened wide at the shock and pain of being stabbed in the back.
You're saying I actually saw Barbarossa Cecina get murdered? Sick.
Stick. Awesome. So now let's tackle the next little mystery.
You mean when and how Cecina were given to sleeping pills?
Yes.
Yes!
Cecina himself add the soporific to the wine to drug his 3 victims, so he didn't want to drug himself yet. Somehow, however, the woman who killed him managed to get him to take the drug without him realizing.
But how should she have done that? You've got me. Tricking Barbarossa Cecina's gonna be impossible, hasn't it?
We have ample evidence, story that shows how she pulled it off. Can you work it out? Okay, how soporific was Mr. to him? I mean, the lunch. I mean, probably just like the paper cups. This is the obvious answer. What do you mean? Soporific was administered.
Well, let's see.
Is it gonna be this?
It's probably gonna be that.
Yep, okay, it's because they kiss.
It weren't a kiss, surely.
I think it was. I believe the killer delivered the soporific in person at the scene of the crime with a passionate kiss.
Alright, that snog was boss. Don't tell me she was faking it, eh? I want to snog someone like that.
He's... Get ahead of yourself.
Bro. Not
Chill
quite
out.
like that, I hope.
Now, all that remains is the final little mystery. When Cecina's body was found, it was behind a metal door he had locked from the inside. So the question is, who locked that door and how? Could be him. He was on the inside.
I don't suppose it were Cecina himself who locked it.
And you think why you might have done that?
To implicate the woman?
Maybe. Yep. I guess to imply suicide, maybe. To escape her, maybe. Oh yeah, because he was stabbed, so that could be it.
Well, Cecina had just been literally stabbed in the back by a lass he thought were on his side.
Okay, so what about like everything else? Like the other 3 guys who got murdered and the dude who's on fire?
So my guess is he shut himself into room to get away from a surprise attacker.
I agree. I agree. He fled inside to escape any further attacks from his assailant. I imagine it's probably struggled at this point, which is when the woman's bead necklace broke. A couple of beads fell through the open doorway before Cecina slammed it shut and locked it.
Which meant even if she'd noticed there was some missing, there was naught she could do about it.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense, though. I mean, if he'd go away, how come he still died? If he's gonna bail, he's gotta do it at one at the building, right? That would make sense, eh?
It would. But someone else was present, which made retreating back inside the safer option for Cecina. You know who I'm referring to? Someone else is outside. Could be him. Could literally just be him. That's the only person we know.
Oh, I've got it. It were Utter. You were at the other end of this corridor spying on them.
You'd call that spying? It's when he's just literally standing there.
That's an interesting angle. There's no way he'd have been scared of me.
Cecina had just been stabbed in the back by someone he trusted. Then he spotted a stranger blocking his escape route.
Aye, it's no wonder he chose to leg it back into the room and shut the door. Alright, does that mean if I hadn't been there, Cecina'd still be here?
I very much doubt it. He could have died either way. The knife you stabbed was laced with deadly poison.
Hang on, though. Where did the puzzle piece come from, then? You were holding it in his hand, remember?
I suspect the assailant put it into his jacket pocket or the like during the kiss. As he fought to maintain consciousness, he must have come across it and realized that puzzle piece would have made something painfully clear to him. It was proof that the woman had intended to kill him all along.
Eee! And in a final fit of rage, he crushed it in his fist with all his remaining might, eh?
Yes. That's my game theory, you see.
A game theory. Wow.
Wow. Thanks for watching.
You are a hero, eh? Barbarossa Cecina. The world's not gonna be the same without you. But for as long as I live, I'm gonna tell everyone the story, so everyone knows what a hero he was, eh? Okay.
So, Lucy, we've got work to do. We need to get a report written up and arrange a search for the missing woman.
Right, you are, Prof. I'll get straight onto it.
Okay, what about the other dead people? What about the other dead people?
Okay.
Wait, the flaming guy? The guy with the TV on his head?
Twist. Twist? Not twist?
How are our investigations progressing, Lucy?
This feels half-baked.
Okay, so, like, there's gonna be another twist coming soon.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they leave it at that, because there's a whole suicide thing we don't have an answer for.
We don't have an answer for any of the other killings. Like an ingrown toenail, Prof. Everything were hunky-dory between Cecina and the rest of them by the looks. He had no reason to kill them.
Okay, they are referencing it. What about the woman, then?
Just as much of a mystery.
What do you mean?
There's no question that there were a lassie Cecina had been seeing. But no one's seen hide or hair of her. Not a sausage.
It's because it was Russell from the other one. I mean, Randall, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
And every
guy.
suspect,
We're finally gonna bring that up.
every suspect from every past case is gonna come back, and this is gonna span multiple parts. And Bing's gonna be there.
Bing! Yes,
I see.
please. Wait, it gets worse. Apparently, this last that Cecina had been carrying on with were that wan and creepy looking.
That one.
And the rest of the gang thought she were a ghost.
Really? Well, that's very interesting. But interesting.
Interesting, my foot. Scary's the word you're looking for. Case closed it may be, but I certainly won't be resting easy over this one, I can tell you, Prof.
We've done what we can, Lucy.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you haven't really done like
You haven't
75%
done
of the rest of the case. You solved one dude.
Yeah.
How did this guy, if we're gonna believe he's related to the rest of the murders, kill 3 other people in the time with the thing in his back? What's especially interesting is how the culprit mimicked a series of cases that happened 4 years ago. How? There was no doubt to be some significance to that. No doubt we'll find out what it is soon enough. I guess it didn't say he died from the stabbing, he died from the poison, which could have taken time. But
Yeah, so he would have had time to kill everybody else. Granted, it's a very short window of time, but
also the
still doable.
the
since
rope
he is
thing
an
just
assassin.
doesn't make sense.
Nothing else makes sense.
I mean,
anymore.
the rope thing can make sense if you throw literally everything about the theory of it being a suicide. But then it's like,
Yeah,
then why did we spend so much time on it?
I don't know. We're just done.
Ah, there you are, Elfendi. I've been looking all over for you. An exemplary performance that was. Is there like a... What does
But he's
Eggman
gonna
sound
turn into
like?
Tumblr.
Ah.
There you are, Alfendi. I've been looking all over for you. An exemplary performance that was.
Do you want to voice him? That's better.
Sure.
I just was like, I want to do an Eggman voice, but I don't know.
I don't think that was Eggman. Oh.
Exemplary. What's Solid Snake sound like? Colonel, I've got a
Exemplary.
exemplary. You lot really are simple, aren't you?
You're not Alfendi.
You're infinite.
And after all this time, he's back for more.
He's not stopping until they know his name, which is Effendi, maybe. It's not over.
That's what it takes to be Alfendi.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Two voices.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders. The jigsaw puzzle killings 4 years on, and they're still happening. Each of these murders was a copycat of one of the 4 original jigsaw puzzle killings. The pieces that were left behind in each case are identical.
Incredible.
Just 2 pieces left. Look.
So the killer plans to take 2 more victims?
I thought we discussed that these could all be unrelated people, but they all are using the same puzzle piece board.
Yeah.
I'm confused about that plot hole. Unless it was one person, but that would mean it's the lady.
They're gonna have this be in the next. See, this is how they get you to buy the last 3 cases, because the next case will probably tie into this one.
Yes, but who? Layton and his Layton brothers.
Exactly. Done. Okay.
Oh, you're right.
See, this is how they tie into the next one.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it. That's how business works. Okay, so...
But hey, it's a perfect time to take a break.
It is a perfect time to take a break, which I will be doing now.
Say.